Hello. To the faculty, family, and to my fellow students here at Hurricane High School. It is, first and foremost, a great privilege and honor to be recognized as a candidate for Most Valuable Redskin, alongside some truly amazing and inspiring individuals. I feel so incredibly grateful to have been given this platform to speak and connect not only with the students at Hurricane High School, but with the community of Hurricane at large. Now, you might not know the first thing about me. Perhaps you've seen me around the school a few times, or perhaps we've been classmates since elementary school. But at this point, we've all gone through a fair amount of education. We've come to meet quite a few people, and we've come to learn quite a lot of things about the world around us, both in the classroom and outside of it, including some harsher truths. This is natural. We're growing as people. I and many others are currently making that transition between the idyllic ideas of childhood to the more realistic, albeit intimidating, concepts of adulthood. This may include making some difficult decisions about your future or realizing the greater truths about life. It's not always easy or comfortable. We may be dealing with loss, uncertainty, or instability, especially right now. We've all been through or are currently going through those tough times, those trying times. So then the question becomes, why? Why don't we throw in the towel at the first sign of difficulty? What's at the end of the tunnel, per se? And what incentivizes us to move forward in life, in spite of our obstacles? The answer to that question is incredibly complex, and yet beautifully simple. All of us were simply searching for fulfillment in life. We so desperately want to overcome the hardships and struggles of life to find calmer waters, more stable ground to stand on. We may struggle with sickness with the hopes of living a healthier life. We may struggle to get that promotion so we can receive a more comfortable paycheck. We may even study hard in school to get those higher test scores, higher GPAs, and perhaps even scholarships for college. We may struggle one day for a degree in hopes of obtaining a career that can support us and our loved ones. Fulfillment is only one word, but it can mean so many different things to so many different people. I am not here to tell you what fulfillment is supposed to mean for you. That would be impossible because no one will know you better than you. However, I am here to explain what fulfillment means to me, how I came to realize it, and what you may be able to take from it. Allow me to set the scene. You see a small girl with boyish hair, scuffed up Vans, and a simple t-shirt. She gets decent grades, and she's in the marching band, and she enjoys it well enough. And one day, someone asked this 8th grade girl a question in the wake of a controversial Supreme Court ruling that had taken place that previous summer of 2015. They asked a bombshell of a question spoiling an otherwise lighthearted lunch. Should gay marriage be legal? What do you think? She thought about it for a moment before giving a carefully worded answer. I'm not gay, she said, but I think that they should be able to get married. Instantly, those words felt profoundly wrong. There was something off about what she had just said, as if some distant part of her conscience was sounding an alarm, an unspoken question to accommodate the first, leapt unbidden to her mind. How do you know you're not gay? There was no immediate answer to this question. Rather, there was silence. Yet, it was not a calm, peaceful silence. It was the calm before a storm. Many of you have picked up on it by now, I'm sure. That girl was me, nearly 4 years ago. Coming out was the single most difficult thing I've ever had to do, without a doubt. It put my perception of my own past, present, and future into a tailspin as I struggled to find out how to make the pieces fit together again. For a while, it even scared me into silence. After all, it's so easy to lie awake at night and let those worst-case scenarios take over your mind. Will my friends treat me the same? What about my teachers or my family? And even further down the line, what about getting a job? Will they want to hire me? Will a landlord want to rent to me and a hypothetical partner? Regardless of these mental and emotional hardships, I made the decision to stop letting these doubts and fears control me. I did come out, very gradually, and as I did, something very profound began to happen. I felt, for the first time in several months, like I could breathe again. It was as if I had been holding my breath in anticipation for whatever backlash I might have faced. And don't get me wrong, there was and still is backlash, but it was nothing compared to the sense of self I regained by being honest with myself and the ones I love. For the first time in months, I felt untouchable. I had finally found my own personal fulfillment after much deliberation, uncertainty, and struggle. I finally had a response to that nagging voice of my head rattling off the worst-case scenarios while I was trying to sleep peacefully at night. 3 simple words. Bring it on. Finding fulfillment in life felt like breathing once more. The purpose of this whole spiel was not to push any sort of agenda. We are, all of us, free to come to our own conclusions about the world around us, and I implore each of you to look beyond the content of my words to find the deeper, less divisive message. However, I felt that I would be doing myself a huge disservice by not being honest, because developing authenticity and a sense of individuality is what fulfilled me, and it continues to drive me forward, even to this day. As George Bernard Shaw once said, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And in doing so, I believe that we may all take one step closer to fulfillment in our lives, even if we have to struggle to get there. However, I couldn't have made it this far alone. In fact, I have only come so far because of the amazing people in my life. I will thank a handful of these people now, but know that they aren't the only ones. To the teachers here at Hurricane High School, thank you for fostering an environment of growth. Thank you for going above and beyond every day to share your love of learning with your students, especially in these difficult times. Thank you to the administration as well for keeping us all up and running and organized so that we may make the most of each school day, even when we aren't technically in school. A huge thank you goes out to Mr. Kincaid in particular, along with the Red Hot and Heatwave show choirs. You guys are my second family, and you have given me memories and connections that will last a lifetime. I am honored to have been your pianist for the past 4 years. To my parents, Beth and Rick Keene, thank you for instilling in me the importance of education and independence, and thank you for providing a strong foundation on which I can stand and grow as a person, both in school and in life. I am only successful because of your unrelenting drive to give me the best that life has to offer. To my sister, Olivia, thank you for showing me the brighter side of life. Thank you for reminding me that it's okay to not be so uptight all the time, and thank you for demonstrating what it means to love life and to love people without boundaries. I hope that everyone stays happy and, above all, healthy during these unprecedented times. Thank you.